Congressman Trey Gowdy is on his home state trail campaigning hard for Senator Marco Rubio. Congressman Gowdy goes on the record from Gilbert, South Carolina. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Greta. How are you?
I'm very well. Congressman, as you out on the campaign trail with Senator Marco Rubio, what question consistently gets asked of this senator there?
Did you ask what questions the folks have of the senator?
Yeah, what's the most common question South Carolinians are asking of candidate Marco Rubio?
They ask about the debt. They ask about foreign policy. They ask about ISIS. They ask about social issues. We have done probably a half dozen town halls. The questions run the gamut, and there are very few questions about electability, Greta, but I think that's kind of the current that runs underneath. This is a Republican primary, so obviously you want to pick someone who can win in November, but everything from privatizing Social Security to NASA funding, the questions have run the gamut so far this weekend.
I'm only 5 days out from your primary. Do you run into people who are really undecided?
Oh, sure, absolutely. You know, I have a colleague, frankly, Mick Mulvaney, who came to a town hall early this morning. Mick is undecided. He's a member of Congress and hasn't made up his mind. I think most folks have kind of whittled it down to 2 or 3, but I have been pleasantly surprised at the number of folks, particularly. Well, yesterday, Valentine's Day, we had 2,000 people in Pickens County, which is in the upstate, and a good number of them came up both to me and to Senator Scott afterwards and said it was between this candidate, and this answer helped me make up my mind. So, yeah, there's a good number of people who will be making up their mind between now and Saturday.
Okay, what do you think of the debate the other night in your state, South Carolina? It's pretty wild at times.
Well, I thought 2 things. Number one, I thought that Marco came across as being very presidential. He may be the youngest person in terms of chronological age, but in many ways he was among the more adult-like. My wife went with me, and I think she thought we were going to a presidential debate, and it turned into a professional wrestling match at certain points. But, you know, for anyone who is worried that Marco Rubio is too scripted of a candidate, if that was a criticism coming out of New Hampshire, and they no longer have that concern. He was absolutely flawless Saturday night.
And I don't know if you've seen today, but it's been escalated. The spat between Senator Ted Cruz and Donald Trump, it is really on fire.
Yeah, you know, Greta, you used to be in a courtroom. I used to be in a courtroom. I don't like the word liar. It denotes an intent and scienter that I just don't like it. It did get personal, and frankly, I don't think it played too well with the audience, not the audience that was at least in the room. I think they wanted a more substantive conversation, but it may have been good for ratings. I don't know, but South Carolinians don't mind tough questions or tough politics, but we like it to be fair.
Congressman, nice to talk to you, and I'm sure that the campaign trail with Senator Marco Rubio is going to be an interesting and fascinating one between now and Saturday. Good luck, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.